Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are going to be reacting to the internet's most hated fragrances. I did a poll on my Instagram, so if you guys want to be a part of the next interactive video, make sure to follow me over there, asking you guys what is your most hated fragrance, and I got a ton of answers. I'm going to be talking about the ones that had more than one of the same answer, and I was really shocked by some of these. I was not expecting some of these fragrances that I personally would view as very beloved in the community as being someone's most hated. So I'm excited to jump into this. Let's do it. So the first one is kind of a no-brainer. This was probably the one that people responded to saying the most. I probably got 20 different responses saying YSL's Kouros. Believe it or not, I don't actually despise this scent. I do not love it by any stretch, but I do not hate it, which is very weird. It smells kind of like pissy jasmine with a little bit of orris and lavender. I definitely don't love it, not by a stretch, but I have to respect it. You know, it's probably one of the most known masculine fragrances of the 80s. It smells like civet and pissy jasmine. Definitely nothing relevant to be wearing today. If you want negative attention today, wear Kouros. It is a bomb of pissy honey. It's just a muddled no from me. No thanks. So next up we have, there's gonna be a lot of like 80s, 90s powerhouses in here. For some reason people are just very, I don't know if they're just traumatized by them or something, but we got a lot of those in here. We're talking about JOOP. I can understand this one, okay? But it's funny because like in a way, after Kouros, it smells like a walk in the park, a breath of fresh air after smelling how crazy bad Kouros is. Very sweet, like synthetically sweet. It's loud, it's overly obnoxious, very bubblegummy offensive. It's just a very heavy no to me. I don't know. I haven't been traumatized by anyone wearing JOOP, but I can just imagine the after effects. Like, it is not good. This one is just too much, too sweet, too synthetic. I agree with you guys. It is horrible. So the next one I actually personally disagree with. Toy Boy by Moschino. I know this one is polarizing, but I don't hate it. The bottle is a little tacky, but it's kind of chic in a very Moschino type of way. I think that this one is a good beginner-friendly designer rose. It is a little synthetic, as are most Moschino scents, but there's something that I like about it. I don't know. It's kind of weird when I smell it. I smell a lot of rose, but I also picture the color gray. I don't know why. It's just kind of the imagery that comes to my mind. I think that if you were looking for a better, even cheaper alternative to this, I would go with the Dreamer by Versace. Classic. And not one person submitted that as an answer for the most hated fragrances, so that's a good sign. 1 million Eau de Toilette. So many responses for this one. It's outdated, but in my opinion, it's still not horrible. I know that the biggest turnoff for people with this one is that kind of bubblegummy sweetness, but it doesn't really turn me off that much. I still kind of like it. I don't know if it's just kind of like a nostalgic thing, that mandarin and the grapefruit. It's loud and also obnoxious, I'll give it that. But I will take it over Kouros and JOOP any day. But we can agree to leave it in the early 2000s. Now this one took me by surprise. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this one to get multiple answers. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This one kind of broke my heart a little, I'm not going to lie. I love this scent. I think it's a fantastic, affordable, fresh, aquatic summer scent. I just love it. It smells like the ocean and gummy bears. Salty and aquatic. It's so good. I love it. I think that anyone that says they don't like it is crazy, or they just had a bad reaction to their skin. I think it's a very good, easy to wear, summertime, versatile, any occasion, summer, cheap, freshy. I really like that kind of candy sweet feel mixed with the saltiness. I think it's very sexy on a man. Light blue intense. Definitely worth trying for yourself. So next we have probably my #1 fragrance rival since the beginning of my channel, Versace Blue Jeans. I despise this fragrance. I may or may not have submitted the answer for this myself. It smells bad. It smells like a lemon bathroom cleaner. It's so juvenile. I would not even give this to anyone, but if you were to pick like an age group for this, I'd say like 10, 11 years old. It's just not good. There's so many better options out there in this price range that don't smell like synthetic cheap cleaner. It's absolutely horrible. Versace Blue Jeans. Actually, repulsive. So next we have Ultra Male by Jean Paul Gaultier. Same as 1 million. Very sweet, very loud, very obnoxious. This was a very popular clubbing scent, and it is a little outdated today, but I still really like it. I I think it's one of the best Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances ever released, and I respect it. Still very sexy sweet, very sexy kind of sweet manliness, and this is still going to get good reactions from the ladies today. Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. Once again, I was shocked to see so many responses on this. Xerjoff's Erba Pura. I understand, and I even said in a video in the past that I don't talk about this fragrance on my channel because I am not a giant fan of it. Not because I think the smell is bad. I don't think so. I think it's a very nice kind of fruit basket, vanilla, musky scent, but it is a little screechy. It is a little rough around the edges for some people, and for me as well. That's why in my review of Erba Gold versus Erba Pura, I said that I prefer Erba Gold because it's more rounded, more refined, more balanced. This to me is just a little too loud and proud, a little screechy, but I see the appeal of it. I understand why it is so loved by many. This is Xerjoff's #1 seller year after year, and yet it's being submitted as multiple people's most hated fragrance. Really interesting to see how polarizing different fragrances can be, especially ones that are so popular, like one of the most popular in the world, Erba Pura. But I agree with you because, like I said, I don't dislike the scent, but it's not for me. It's not something that I've ever worn in my life. Nothing that I ever reach for. Little too sweet, little too loud, screechy for me. So no surprise that literally every single flanker of Dior Sauvage was submitted. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the elixir because I absolutely despise this scent. Once again, it's funny how one of the most popular fragrances on earth, I mean half of the male population smells like this, is something that I dislike, or multiple people dislike. I just don't like it. I think it's too offensive, it's too punchy, it's intrusive, and it gives me a headache, honestly, which is the main reason why I don't like it. Who likes anything that gives them a raging migraine? And nothing gives me more of a raging migraine than Dior Sauvage elixir. I'm sorry. I know I get a lot of heat when I express my distaste for this scent, but that's okay. Everyone's different, and you can wear what makes you happy, and I'll continue to wear what makes me happy. And we can all agree to disagree and be friends, but this fragrance is just, it's too much, guys. I feel like basically every Dior Sauvage in the whole line is too much, too loud, not anything that I appreciate to smell on a man. And it's nice to see that my feelings are validated and others agree. Try something else. At least go with Bleu de Chanel Parfum, please. So the last two I'm actually going to spray because I have not visited these in quite some time. Drakkar Noir by Guy Laroche, and this was like the Dior Sauvage of the 80s. This is probably one of the most popular fragrances in the late 80s and 90s. Once again, and now I know I did a video talking about this, saying that I didn't like it. Once you smell Kouros, literally any other 80s, 90s fragrance that you put up next to it smells amazing. And then after JOOP, this is like actually pretty good. Take back every bad thing I've ever said about Drakkar Noir. This time is not bad. I'm showing the wrong side of the bottle. Party foul. It's still kind of soapy. Definitely better than any. It's probably the best out of the 80s, 90s fragrances. And definitely better than Dior Sauvage Elixir today. But I also feel like this is, once again, one of those scents that has a lot of like nostalgia for people. A lot of toxic memories, probably. This is probably like the definition of toxic masculinity back then. I don't know, I just picture it. I could be totally wrong, but after smelling all these other fragrances, it's just horrible powerhouse fragrances. I love Drakkar Noir. I love it. Which leaves us to the final fragrance, which is Vetiver by Guerlain. And believe it or not, I've actually never smelled this fragrance, so we're gonna get a live reaction here. Just really reaffirming what I just said about Drakkar Noir being amazing, comparing it to all these other vintage fragrances. This is still definitely nowhere near as bad as Kouros though, I will say. I do get something a little pissy in the florals, but I get a lot of earthy vetiver. A lot of something very kind of mossy green, earthy. It's not bad. I can feel the Guerlain touch in here, but it's nothing that I would recommend anyone to wear today. Very old school smelling. I don't know, it's just like all of these older fragrances, to me, these like vintage style scents, they're all, like I said in the beginning, they're just all so muddled together. They all kind of smell the same in a way. It's really crazy how that happens when you push and mush all these things together in a fragrance, it all just starts to smell the same. Hard to distinguish anything, specific notes, and just not good. Like, It just smells like a grandpa, honestly. This smells like a grandpa. Kouros smells like a homeless person. Vetiver smells like a grandpa. Putting them up against Drakkar Noir, this smells very sexy. So guys, that was a quick video. I just wanted to do an interactive, fun video with you guys over on Instagram. Once again, if you'd like to be involved in the next one, make sure to follow me on Instagram so you can submit your answers to any questions that I propose in my stories. This was a very fun video for me to film, to kind of get some of your guys' feedback, smell some fragrances that you guys hate, subject myself to this madness, all for you guys. So I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below. What is your most hated fragrance of all time? I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.